Hey, Marshawn.
How you doing?
On your touchdown run on Saturday, Stogner came over and took out the last guy for you. Just in practice, what have you seen from him from a blocking standpoint, and how comforting is it to have a guy that seeks out that contact so you can get your yards?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's an extra old lineman on the field. He's able to, get open blocks, and he's bigger than most tight ends. So it's great to have him out there.
Marshawn, Coach Beamer and Coach Said have been pretty emphatic about wanting to run the ball, needing to run the ball better. What does that look like, and how do you guys maybe adjust or tweak some things to make sure that running game's maybe a little bit more consistent?
Honestly, pretty much we just going to do whatever they give us. If throwing the ball is working, we're going to throw the ball, at times. So if running the ball is working, then we're going to run the ball as much as possible.
Hey, Marshawn, number one defense in the country, Georgia is. What jumps out at you when you turn on the tape about the Bulldogs defense?
What jumps out that they're a physical team. They run to the ball. They're coached by a great coach. Just a really good physical team. They're the number one team in the country for a reason. So it's just we just got to go out there and just be able to compete and just play at the same level they're playing at.
Yeah, Marshawn, obviously you guys played Georgia, last year, but on the other sideline is Will Muschamp, who was, coach here previously. What do you remember about your time maybe coming to South Carolina and what role he kind of had in that, in you making the decision to come here? And, just what do you remember about that time being coached under him?
Oh, yeah, Coach Marshawn was a big reason of me coming here. He was a great coach. I loved him. There's no, he's the big reason that got me from, to come here to this school. So no hard feelings. He still loved the coach. I just feel like he's, things had to change. So and that's why everything went the way they were.
Hey, Marshawn, the other day I came across a social media ad you did for BP Skinner.
Okay.
How did you get connected with those guys, and how do you manage NIL type stuff during the season?
Honestly, BP Skinner is the guys that do our gear for the whole team. So pretty much I just got it from the team. As far as NIL stuff, other NIL stuff, since the season started, I've just been trying to just focus on the season and focus on, holding the ball and stuff like that.
Hey, Marshawn, you got Georgia coming in here, defending national champs, number one in the country. Do you look at this game as perhaps a measuring stick, to see how far South Carolina has to go or how close maybe you are of becoming an elite team or a championship contending team?
Oh, yes, definitely. We know Georgia's going to bring it, every play. And we know that they're number one team, obviously. So being able to compete with them and, give it to them will be, good to see where we are as a team.
Coach Beamer mentioned after Arkansas that he felt like the offense was better than it had been, but still is going to be better in the future. Where do you kind of stack that up, and how do you feel? What do you think has to happen to take that next jump that he's talking about?
I totally agree with him. I feel like the offense did make a bigger step from last week. As far as getting better, we just got to be able to run the ball. This is the SEC. We got to get more carries, so I just feel like we just have to be able to get out there and run the ball more. And our offense will, we can't be one-dimensional. We got to be able to, do both things. So I feel like once we get both of those things down packed, everything will go smoothly.
After having time to look at the film, what did you see on the fumble? Was it just a perfect hit? What did you need to do maybe a little bit differently? What did you see?
After watching the film, I feel like the position I was in, I should have kept the ball. Honestly, we're taught to not switch the ball when we're in traffic. I switched the ball to my left hand when in traffic, and it actually was a great hit. He put his helmet right on the ball, and the ball came out, but there's no excuse. I talked to my coach. I got to keep the ball in my right hand, even on the left side when I'm in traffic. So that's what I've been working on all week, just, the little details.
Hey, Marshawn, just kind of, flashing back timeline here, recruiting. I know Georgia was one of the schools that was really after you. What was that recruiting experience like? Obviously, you chose Carolina, but how close was it, and what were some of your takeaways from your interactions with the Georgia staff?
Oh, yeah, Georgia was definitely one of my top three before coming here. But, I feel like South Carolina had everything I needed, everything I wanted, all the coaches I needed, the people that can lead me into the right direction. So I just feel like the coaches are great over there, but I just feel like South Carolina led me in the best way for me as well as my, after football and with football as well.
Marshawn, ever been a time in practice where Stogner laid somebody out and you thought, oh, man, I mean, what's the hardest hit you've ever seen him deliver?
Hardest hit? Honestly, I don't even know, to be honest. We have so many things happen in practice that it just doesn't come this fast.
Marshawn, you mentioned the offense taking a step, and it was really explosive against Arkansas. Less so, maybe the consistency wasn't there between those explosive plays. What, as an offense, do you guys have to do to be more consistent when those explosive plays maybe aren't hitting as frequently?
When we have the ball, we have to be able to make plays when we got it. We can't take step backs. We gotta be consistent. So that's the problem we had, just being consistent and all the plays. So being able to stay on track and not take too many plays. Maybe there's one play off, but we can't have 2 plays off, 3 plays off, and then we just have to stay on track to help the defense out. And we just got to get down the field and be able to score. Each drive.
Hey, Marshawn, you mentioned, hate to go back to the fumble, but going back to the fumble, you mentioned that this week you've tried to do the little things. Can you kind of detail what are those little things that you're doing to try to prevent, what happened on Saturday from happening again?
Yeah, just not getting relaxed, being able to, focus on, instead of making my cut, focus on both things, making the cut and holding the ball at the same time. And also just doing little things like the coach said, not changing the ball in traffic, being able to just protect the ball because the ball is king. That's that can hurt or help us, and I feel like just being able to protect it, can help the game a lot. Coming up this week. Thank you, appreciate it.